Welcome to the 2023 Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals here at Morgan Park Raceway. Before we get to the on-track action and commentary, we caught up down in the pits with Joe Andriske to get his thoughts on qualifying and what it takes to put together such an awesome event.
Joe Andriske, gone out for qualifying. How was it out there? How did it feel?
Mate, it was, the cars were a bit hot, very, very hot. Going around the back over there, a few of the cars started conking out and just dying a bit in fuel. We boil the fuel, is what happens here. So a lot of the guys in the pit lane are starting to find that stuff out right now. It's a bit of a pain, but we deal with it. Nothing's going to change there, so we just deal with it. But it's good. It's good. Now we're getting a bit of cold, cooler weather coming through right now, which is good. No, yesterday it was like 34 degrees. I think we're about 28 now, so which is good. Having a blast. Absolute blast. Harvey's Towing itself, with our business, our family business that sponsor this event. Sponsors most of the cars here, which is good. And my daughters that help out, Taeghan Madden, that does everything paperwork for us and organises and get us going and chucks the orders around. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Mate, the guys we've got here, there's 41 or 42 competitors. We basically got the best of the best throughout Australia. There is some guys there that are just, they're national champions for a reason. Their cars are they're on point, they're quick, and they know exactly what to do. They adjust, they've been to hot places, cold places, they know exactly what to do. Your Osborns, your Baxters, your Harrisons, Madden, Scotty Andriske, Harber. Like Harber, he's come through, like he's one to watch. That little bugger, mate, he'll do all right, eh? So he'll do really good. But all these guys, mate, you got Phil Ashlin from Tassie, that he's made the trip up here. Some of the boys from your Howletts and whatnot from Western Australia. Mate, it's going to be hard beating them, mate. It's going to be good racing out there, really good racing. Yeah, a few rookies, mate. We've got, Taeghan's not really a rookie, but I think, she's the only girl in the field, and she's sitting about mid-pack, so she's doing well. Now you've got, who else is there? And this is only from Queensland that I'm talking about, is the likes of Ty Gray. I think this is his second season, and he's right up there. He's right in the middle. We've got old Mark, the stalwart, Mark Strachan. He's just making sure no one breaks down out the back there, so he'll just give them a toe in for us. So, they're all going good. The more we can get to keep the HQs alive, it's great. The younger, I think a lot of the younger people, they want electronic ignition, they want electronic this, and they don't even know what a spark plug is. And teaching these guys, and that's in every category, like not in every category, but every state, that we've got guys there trying to bring the younger people through. We've got a young buddy, Seth Matthew. Good little racer, mate. He's right there. He's in the mid-pack. At the pointy end of the day, he'll be there. So I know he'll be there. Schomburg and all these sort of guys, mate, they're great. They're actually awesome, those guys. So they can pedal. They can do really well. Probably thank Shane Bycroft for putting up with us all. He's our head tech guy. He's got basically go through and do every single car here. The committee itself, from Sue Ashlin and all these sort of guys, or girls, that do what they do here to make all this happen. And then back to the Queensland committee, Mark Strachan, Neil, Benny, and mostly is Taeghan Madden. The hours she's put in to make all this happen, the shirts, all the stuff she's done is just unbelievable. So they're the main ones. Our head mechanic, Ryan, for doing what he does, and then we've got all the tow trucks out here, got the big tow truck in the middle there, and that the boys just finished building, so which is pretty cool. So, and then all the guys that come from wherever, from bloody Western Australia, like that's a track and a half getting across there, and then Tassie guys. So New South Wales, it's only about 100 k's down the road, so that's all right. So, but they're all good, and my wife for putting up with me and letting me race, so which is pretty cool. So, that's the main ones, mate.
Defending national champion Phil Ashlin did not have the best start to proceedings, finding drama out on track in qualifying.
Phil Ashlin, bit of drama to start off the day with quali. Can you tell us a bit about what happened?
Yeah, not a great start for us. Well, as you can see, windscreen got broken out. But before that, we did about 3 laps, and then there's a red flag. Probably on our best lap when the red flag come out, so we missed that. And then probably went out another 3 laps, and again I reckon I was on a good lap, and then come up through the flip-flops, and Witch's Hat bounced up underneath Jake Madden's car, hit the windscreen, and yeah, it just come in, and that was it. That was all over. I tried to do another lap with it broken, but just couldn't see anything.
And you're the reigning champion, obviously, from last Nationals. What's the plan? What do you think your chances are for this one?
We're a bit behind now because we've obviously qualified 7th overall, and didn't quite get the car where we wanted it. So we're chasing them now, but come the races, I think we'll just have to work hard and fight for where we need to be. I come up earlier in the year, but not with my car. I raced another car, and just to get my head around the track and did some race knowledge. But I think we need a few more laps in my car, really.
From what you've done in this car, how does the track feel?
Yeah, it feels good. I think our last session in practice yesterday was pretty good. I think it was close to where we need to be. So yeah, it's just a matter of now getting my head back into it. Now we can get the windscreen in, and yeah, it's a lot of hard work chasing this windscreen. I've got to thank Gary Bonwick for chasing it up. He made a lot of phone calls. I mean, a lot of people here made a lot of phone calls, but in the end, Gary come through, and Luke Harrison, he was going to donate one out of his spare car. We were just about to pull that out, but yeah, so I've got to thank him as well. A lot of good mates here, and everyone was trying to help out with how they could, and it's good mates. Yeah, good mates really.
Is there anyone you want to thank?
Like I said, Gary Bonwick and for chasing up the windscreen, and Luke Harrison donating his, even though we didn't use it. Obviously my crew and Jamie Furness's crew. Jamie Furness as well, he chased one up. Joe and Andriske they were chasing one up, and all their crew. Like, so many people to thank, and we're just got to rush and get this one in and get out for Heat 1.
It's the 2023 Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals here at Morgan Park, and here's your highlights from Heat 1. Brett Osborn with a wicked start from pole position in the 86 Osborn's Transport entry. He gets the jump over Jarrod Harber in the Equity Views Constructions 202. Phil Ashlin, the reigning champion in the Howlett Automotive, #1 at the moment. Can he hang on and keep the #1 on the door this weekend? We shall find out indeed. A big thanks to Madhouse Mums and our other sponsors as well, Osprint, Super Steel and others, for sponsoring the highlights here of the Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals. Without those sponsors, we get nowhere. In car now of Brandon Healy in the 222 HQ Extra entry. He's a rookie this year. His debut in Queensland. Let's see what he's got. He's currently chasing down the 72 of Chris Buckley. This weekend, Buckley driving the Mad Trim Earth Moving entry. Brendan Healy, the young gun from New South Wales, having a good crack there. Jump to in-car now of Brandon Madden in the 57 Pettis Suspension entry. He's looking to chase down Phil Ashlin for a spot on the podium. Osborn getting a nice gap out on Harber. The battle continuing between Madden and Ashlin. Really good in-car footage here this weekend, with a huge thanks to Blendline TV. Little bit of bumper to bumper there. We're reading serial numbers now in positions 2, 3 and 4. Harber, Ashlin and Madden. Madden just looking for a way around Ashlin, any which way, left or right. Ashlin's an experienced operator in these cars as well, though. He knows exactly what's going on, and he'll close any door of opportunity he can. We're heating up now in the back half of the circuit. I think this battle's going to go around all day long. Car now of Phil Ashlin. He's hunting down the 202 Equity Views Constructions entry of Jarrod Harber. Jarrod, not having raced at this track before, has raced at Queensland Raceway, came up earlier in the year for the Queensland HQ 1 hour.
hard on the curb was Ashlin there. Got a little bit unsteady. Could have opened a window for Madden. Madden not quite far enough up on that occasion. It's almost a drag race down the main straight. Madden's looking for a bit of a draft effect. Unable to get it done though. Once again, Phil Ashlin in the number 1 Howlett Automotive entry. He knows how to block a window there. A big off here in the replay from Seth Matthew in the 42 DSM Industries car. Has to wait his turn, gets back on track. Let's have a look at this again from in-car of Brendan Healy. Did well to avoid that. Nice job from Seth as well, getting himself off the track. Luckily, no incidents there. Osborn with a commanding lead now. A drag race down the main straight between Ashlin and Harber. Ashlin able to get by Harber on that occasion. Meanwhile, while they've been battling, Brett Osborn's just carrying on his own way, getting a nice few second gap over Ashlin now. Now this top 5 gonna heat up the battles here. Joe Andriske in the 69 Harvey's towing entry, looking to buy himself a ticket into this as well. Sideways action now from Madden from the in-car. Goes on an excursion without the passport. Can he get himself back on? He does, but Andriske capitalises on that, says, I'll take P4 from you, thank you very much, and he moseys on by. That puts Madden into 5th position now. He's got some work to do to make his way back to the front. Van Twest also chasing down Madden. That Rose City Fruits number 6 entry of Justin Van Twest is fast this weekend. Back in the pack now, we've got a good battle with all the states here. We've got a bit of Queensland, New South Wales and WA. Risley from Queensland, Baxter from New South Wales, Gary Beggs from Queensland in there as well, having a crack. Grant Ord looking to capitalise on an opportunity. Grant all the way here from Western Australia. I believe we've got 6 WA cars over here this weekend, which is a monumental effort from them. Some 3,500 kilometres to travel each way. We really, really appreciate you guys coming to support this event and having a good crack here at Morgan Park Raceway. Gary Beggs looks to make a move up the inside of Baxter. Wasn't the tidiest. Was he able to get it done? We'll wait and see. What I can see though is Brett Osborn. He's well in front now. He's got this down pat. That number 86 Osborn's transport entry is absolutely wired up this weekend. And for Heat 1, he takes the checkered flag in first place. In second, Phil Ashlin and Jarrod Harber rounding out the podium. Joe Andriske in P4, Brandon Madden in P5. What an awesome race. Now we'll hear from Taeghan Madden from Madhouse Mums. A big thanks for your support this weekend. Here's Taeghan.
Taeghan Madden, HQ Nationals here with the Madhouse Mums car. How's it been out there so far?
It's been really good. It was actually a really good session out there. Yesterday was quite warm, so today to come out and jump on a cooler track has been much nicer. It's quite smooth. It's easy. I love this track. Compared to every track that we race in Queensland, I think this is one of my favourite. Quite technical. I've got lots to practice on, but yeah. So this car is quite a good car in the fact that we don't have to do a whole lot to it. It seems to be the one that seems to hold together pretty good. I don't know if that's because I don't drive it as good as everyone else does. But there was not a lot needed to be done to it. The tyres are brand new, so I've just had to run them in yesterday. I think that was part of probably my slippery problem. But other than that, it's ready to rumble. It's a great car to race.
And obviously being the HQ Nationals, you're versing, drivers from around the country. What's the competition like?
Oh yeah, so it's a big competition. There's probably the top 20 guys. They're fast in each of their states, and they're very competitive. From my aspect, I would like to hit the top 20 would be my goal for this weekend. But it's very competitive. There's lots of people who race a really long time and or come from different sports that are quite talented. So it's going to be a very interesting weekend. I can't wait to see how my husband goes, considering he's jumped in and out of Aussie cars all year. So that'll be fun to watch from the back. So hopefully I get a good view whilst we're racing. But yeah. So Madhouse Mums I created when I had a premature baby. I was stuck in the hospital. I didn't really expect what to do with breastfeeding. It was my first baby. And I decided to start a company where it was easy to feed, like clothing that was, with hidden zips that you couldn't tell that were breastfeeding clothes. It's basically comfy clothes for breastfeeding mums that don't look like breastfeeding mums. Just want to be yourself.
What's the plan for the rest of the weekend?
To stay on the track would be lovely for me, and also just have fun. I think it's really important. We've got so many states here. It's been a whole year of planning, and to have everyone here who's like driven a long way to get here. I just want everyone to have fun. That's the plan for this weekend, and like I said, get out in the track and do what I do. I'd obviously like to thank my dad from Harvey's Towing Service. He does a lot for this category and for me as well. He's always got the car right ready for me because I have no idea what I'm doing. I can just drive. So it's really lovely to have him around fixing the car and getting it right ready for us to race. So thanks to Dad, and also thanks to obviously every single one of the people that have sponsored this event. It's been, like I said, it's been a very big event to plan. Temporary Fence Hire, Super Steel, Australia, Mad Trim, Earth Moving. There's so many companies, I'm definitely going to forget some, but honestly, thank you so much for everything you guys have done, and also you guys coming along and giving us a hand.
And it goes like this: we'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You won't reply and we'll go back to strangers.
Forgot something. Hey Ben. Oh, the 10 mil. There it is.
Big beast when it comes to the lyrics.
Heat 2 now here at the Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals. We've got the even numbers. It's Harrison and Andriske that line up side by side in the front row. Looks like they're going to go side by side here around the first couple of corners as well. Harrison with the inside for turn 1 and 2. Then it's Andriske with the inside on 3. Let's see who comes out on top there. Looks like Baxter with a decent excursion there on the exit of 2. Andriske in the number 4 medal exchange entry. He's able to take Luke Harrison there on the inside. He starts out this lap in P1. It's that guy, Hollywood, in-car vision of the 111 HQ extra entry of Wayne Healy. Successfully completed a lap. That's why we call him that guy. Jamie Furness returns to the HQ fold for the HQ Nationals. A very experienced operator, this guy. Has been in these cars for some years. Let's see what sort of weekend he can have in his first hit out here at Morgan Park Raceway. It's Andriske, Harrison and Baxter. That's your top 3. Jake Madden in P4. Oh, down the main straight, turned into a drag race with Luke Harrison able to take back P1 off Scott Andriske. In car of Scott Andriske here, looking for a bit of redemption. A little bit wide goes Harrison, parks himself in the middle of the road, however, not allowing anyone by around turn 4. Baxter, Madden and Furness. This is all heating up. Big dive from Furness now on the inside of Madden. Baxter closes the door straight away, saw that coming. Wasn't going to let that happen. Furness looking for a spot on the podium here. Wow, he's really having a crack in his first heat. He loves being in these cars, has been out of them for a little while. So he's got a fair bit of energy to burn, ready to rumble. Must have had a little off there, or something's gone slightly wrong, because Madden was able to get on by. A little bit of a nudge sends Madden out into the rocks, but no dramas for him. Wow, Madden gets himself up into P2 now. Reading part numbers on the back of Harrison's bumper, looking to make a move here to get victory. Wouldn't that be cool? We've almost got the top 6 cars here are just absolutely having it out here at Morgan Park this weekend. Then we've got Howlett from WA, Glenn Deering from New South Wales, and young Ashton Parker having a crack in there as well. Ashton's a rookie from New South Wales, his first time here at Morgan Park. The battle between Scott Andriske and Jake Madden continues. Scott Andriske runs a bit wide into the rocks, allows Madden to go on by. Then it's Baxter, who also says, thank you very much. I'm going to slot myself into P3. Luke Harrison's just jumped out front now. He's got a significant lead over Baxter. Jake Madden, Scott Andriske, a bit of do-si-do, swing your partner. They're going back and forth. We're seeing a heap of change of positions almost every corner here. Furness on the outside. Can he get it done? Oh, bit of a slide. Bit of HQ drift action there on the last corner. That sends him a fair way back, allows Madden to get away. These guys are just absolutely having a crack here this weekend. Troy Stark and Wayne Healy now having their own little battle. Here we go, Wayne Healy down the gears, turns the corner, keeps it nice and clean, checks his rear view mirror. He's got Stark hot on his tail in the number 8 Jack's Tyres entry. Back to the front of the pack now. Baxter starting to catch up to Harrison. Can he take victory? It's Harrison, Baxter. Then it's Andriske, Jake Madden, Jamie Furness. That's your top 5. Checkered flag now, and it's Luke Harrison from New South Wales in the number 20 Rocket. He takes P1, John Baxter in P2, Scott Andriske gets himself a spot on the podium in P3, Jake Madden in P4, and Jamie Furness, welcome back to the HQ fold. He takes P5 in his first heat back. That is incredible. Post-race now, we're going to hear from Michael Howlett, who joins us from Western Australia.
Michael Howlett, WA State Champion for this year. How's the competition been here at the Nationals?
It's been actually quite hot. The pace is very hot here. People are doing really fast lap times. Trying my best to keep up. Doing all right. I'm in the top 10 in the heats. I think I came 8th in the last one, so happy with that. I was expecting worse, to be honest, but yeah, pretty happy with this.
And the heat that's been progressing through the day, is that something that you're used to being from WA, or is this sort of like a bit of a challenge?
No, it's about right. It's about just the same as WA here. Maybe a little bit more humid, but today is perfect. This is perfect weather for it.
Has the car been struggling at all with the warmer temperatures or not?
A little bit, but little bits and pieces, but it's actually going quite well. It's actually the best this car's been going for a while, actually, even compared to back home. So, yeah, I can't ask much more from it, but it's just another level over east here.
So it's been a while since you've done Morgan Park. How's the track like this weekend?
Nothing like I remember it in 2014. It all looks different. They've got new curbs, new track surface. When I first got here, I didn't recognise it almost, but it's coming back to me now slowly. I think I'm up to speed now with the track. Just little things here and there like curbs and bumps and all that are just learning, and I'm pretty much on top of it now.
And what do you think of the track?
I love it. It's actually one of my favourites. So I remember it back, that's why I'm here. If it was another track, probably wouldn't have came, but because it's here, I'm here.
How's the community with HQs?
Amazing. So everyone's been great. There's been some pretty big incidents or car issues, like Phil Ashlin had a broken windscreen and everyone came together to source one from him. It's not easy to find a HQ windscreen out in the country. Also, one of our WA boys lost an engine yesterday, and Wayne Healy stepped up and donated an engine. I think he's now bought it off him, but he stepped up and said, use this. So that's just amazing.
Is there anyone you want to thank for the weekend? Any people sort of helping you get here and make it happen?
Yeah, definitely. There's my girlfriend Talia. She's been amazing. She's been on the tools, on the camera, doing all sorts. My dad, Network Couriers, and all WA boys for making this trip happen.
At Harvey's Mechanical and Welding Services, we are committed to providing all-round quality treatment. Yes, we do general repairs, but our expertise does not stop there. You can check out our website for more. We are your one-stop welding and fabrication shop. From your general needs right through to your building and construction needs, Harvey's have you covered. Our attention to detail allows us to design and fabricate just about anything. Here at Harvey's, we pride ourselves on excellence in everything that we do. And just a quick reminder, if it ain't Harvey's, it ain't right. Coast Bay Auto Service Centre are here for all your automotive needs. Coast Bay Auto is an instrumental in its success, providing exceptional workmanship and customer service to all customers. Coast Bay Autos is RACQ
Heat 3 now here at the Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals, right here at Morgan Park Raceway in Warwick, Queensland. Now, we've had Heat 1 and 2, odds and evens. This is the best of both worlds. Based on points, this is the starting positions. And it's Luke Harrison who bolts out in front. Brett Osborn in P2, Scott Andriske P3. Oh, a bit of an off there for Baxter. That's the second time he's had an excursion there. Had a bit of an excursion in his first heat. Here's the replay from the in-car of Jamie Furness. Oh, that's a replay of Jamie's own little excursion there. So Harrison, Osborn, Andriske, Harber and Madden, that's your top 5. These guys, both from Queensland and New South Wales, are some hardcore racers. They love to have a crack, and they're going to do exactly that here this weekend, no doubt. Jamie Furness, P5 in the last heat. He's been out of the car for a couple of years, absolutely putting his pedal to the metal here this weekend. He's running up against Michael Howlett in the number 7 Rocket from WA. As Ben Simpson looks to go up the inside of him and says, thank you very much, I will take that from you. It's a beautiful day here at Morgan Park Raceway. Weather is perfect. It's November. Beautiful Queensland. The spectators up on the bridge. The mountain views in the background. You couldn't ask for a better view. HQ Holden's on the racetrack. Mountains in the background. That's what we love about Morgan Park. And what a weekend this is going to be with 42 HQ Holdens here from around the country. Right here at Morgan Park. Back to the front of the pack now. It's Luke Harrison and Brett Osborn who looks to take that P1 position off Harrison very quickly. A lot of HQs running wide here this weekend, putting the wheels in the dirt, here, there and everywhere. This is going to heat up in the last couple of laps. Harrison, Osborn, Andriske, Harber and Madden. There's just absolutely nothing between them at all. They're all looking for a way around each other. No doors are open at this stage. As I said, hardcore races, these guys. Oh, a little bit of push and shove there between Troy Kent from WA. And not quite sure who that other car was. We'll have a look here. Should see it up on the inside. Wow. And what the heck, says Troy Kent. Puts his hands up, not pleased about that. 3 wide into turn 1. That's the price you're going to pay, unfortunately. How good does the car of Taeghan Madden look as she avoids significant contact? It was Nichols and Matthew. They were involved in the earlier clash with Kent. So it was Wayne Nichols and Seth Matthew with Troy Kent in the bust-up a little bit earlier. And it continues on between Matthew and Nichols. Wow, that was ugly. Not what we like to see on the racetrack. Both cars spinning around, costing themselves multiple positions. Things are heating up back here at the front though, no doubt about that. Couple of cones on the road from the little argument between Nichols and Matthew in the previous lap. Press on anyway. Brandon Madden, he can read the number plate on the back of that 202 Equity Views Constructions entry. He can see 4 cars in front of him and just wants to have a crack. Harber. He's got a quick car this weekend as well, trying to secure himself a spot on the podium. Only one Scott Andriske is in his way. P2 currently held by Brett Osborn. And it's young Luke Harrison in the number 20 rocket. Sydney Mini Crete, sponsored machine. Can he hang on? Let's find out come the checkered flag. Here's the 2 WA boys having it out. It's Todd Faulknell and Troy Kent side by side. Kent on the inside, not quite far enough up though. Faulknell goes the long way round. Oh, the Kent was able to sneak up on the inside. Looks like straight line pace is better on the Faulknell's car though. He's not giving it away easily. He's making Troy Kent in that number 3 machine. The Western Australian security personnel making him work for it, and work for it he did, able to get on by Todd Faulknell there. Back to the front of the pack, it's a drag race between Madden and Harber here into turn 1. Madden up the inside of Jarrod. Harber gets it done nice and clean. Slots himself into P4. Only a few more cars in his way. Looks to have a crack at Scott Andriske at the next corner as well. Shows the nose, says, "G'day Scott, I'm here and I want the podium." Scott says, "Not a chance, pal," as he battles on to chase down Brett Osborn in the 86 Osborn to transport entry. Luke Harrison, a commanding lead this heat. Still a couple of cones in the way, off the racing line, thankfully though. And it's a drag race to the checkered flag. Luke Harrison in the Sydney Mini Crete number 20 rocket takes the win. Brett Osborn, position 2. Scott Andriske in 3. That rounds out your podium. Brandon Madden in 4 and Jarrod Harber to round out the top 5. Now with our post-race interview, we'll hear from Brandon Madden, and this chat shall be certainly interesting.
Brandon Madden, great result for the Nationals. How did the car feel?
Yeah, car was good. Made a few changes yesterday from practice session to now. It was overheating towards yesterday afternoon. It's a bit hot, 36 degrees. The car temps were getting through the roof, so it's getting a bit hot. Yeah, just made a few changes, changed a few bits and pieces, wrapped the exhaust, and this morning it's been good. And yeah, come away with pole, which is awesome. And Obviously, that was in my session. There's 2 sessions for the Kiwis, and the other boys just elevated the times again. So hopefully when it comes to race time, we can stick to them, find out where they're quicker, and we can go from there and be quicker.
And you're driving a very different car this HQ than you were last weekend. Can you tell us a bit about what it's like going from an Oz car to one of these?
Yeah, I guess the Aussie car's a bit more nimble, does what you want it to do. These Kiwis, they sort of have to wait for it to do what it wants to do. So these are a bit like a bit of a boat compared to the Aussie car, but they're awesome cars to drive. You know, the category itself, 42 cars we got this weekend, and not many places will get that many cars on National Series. So it's good for us to do that. And yeah, come back and drive the HQs. It's always fun, and you can never get out of it. That's fun.
And you've got competition all over the country now, that being the Nationals. How is that competition? How have you found it against all these extra guys?
I mean, mainly it's the New South Wales guys. Them guys have always been, I guess, the top level of our series, our category. I mean, if they come up a few weeks ago to do sort of state round, if they didn't come up here, I probably would have said we were, on pole for the National Series. We would have had it wrapped up, but they come up here and pretty much smoked us and humbled us real quick. So we went back to the drawing board, made a few changes to the car, sat in the dyno for hours and hours trying to make more power. So I mean, we're on the money. So hopefully, as it comes to race time, we can sort of stick it to them and as I said, learn what they're doing and pretty much go from there. See what we can do for the 20-lap final at the end of tomorrow afternoon. Track conditions are, I mean, it's hot, but it's a good breeze. So I thought it was slippery out there. Other people might say different, but the track is actually pretty good. It's perfect weather at the moment. Hopefully the temperature sort of stays around, low 30s would be nice. I said yesterday I was getting up there, so I said track temp is good. Just hopefully the breeze stays around to keep the cars cool. That's the main thing, is just keeping these old girls cool. They don't like to run hot, so if we can keep them as cool as we can, that'll be the best bit for the weekend.
And Mad Trim Earth Moving, let's just touch on that. Obviously, it's your old man's company. Can you just tell us a bit about their involvement in HQs?
Yeah, Mad Trim's my old man. He owns 2 graders, and Mad Trim Earth Moving does that for a living. Him and my brother both drive them. He came on board this year, helped me out with the HQ. And he also is a series sponsor for our state round, so he comes on board, helps us out, does all our pole position checks and stuff like that, helps us out. But yeah, while we're on that topic, all the guys that help us out, Harvey's Towing is another big one for us. Pettis Suspension, who else we got? Metal Exchange, Harvey's Mechanical, just all the big guys that come on board. I mean, that's what helps us go racing. Everything's about money these days. Without them guys helping us, support us in motorsport, we wouldn't be here. So yeah, special thanks to everyone that's on the car, everyone that's part of the Risky Racing crew. They're the ones to thank, so thank you.
And it goes like this. We get in your car and you lead to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You won't reply and we'll go back to strangers.
Forgot something. Hey Ben. Oh, the 10 mil. There it is.
Big beast when it comes to the lyrics.
Heat 4, 6 laps the distance. We mix it up again, shake things up. It's Phil Ashlin off pole. Then it's John Baxter in P2. Joe Andriske in the 69 Harvey's towing entry, position number 3. Jake Madden in 4, Justin Van Twest in 5. Have we got some talent in this heat? 6 laps, just under a 3 kilometre circuit on the national track here at Morgan Park Raceway. Oh, we got battles starting already between Timmy Boyle and Glenn Deering. Bit of state of origin. In car of young gun Brendan Healy, the 222 HQ Extra entry. Running his own race there. Oh, was that bit of a lock-up from the 33 Ocean Tyres entry of Kirk Porter. That was monumental. Might have to change the tyre on that rear left. Absolutely. A little bit of an excursion for the 27 of Kyle Lovering. Runs wide in the sand, gets himself back on track though. We're having a look out the front window of Ty Gray there. Have a go at these guys. Joe Andriske, Jake Madden, absolutely having it out. Podium v no podium. Baxter looking to make a move on Ashlin here. Certainly looks like he's got the pace. Can he pop himself out? No. Chases the draft, gets the draft, stays behind. We go for another lap. This heat as well, we've got Pete Coleman in the 77 HQ Extra entry. Chris Buckley, Kirk Porter, Ty Gray, Gary Beggs, Kyle Loveling, Grant Ord, Troy Stark, Brian Pangler, Wayne Healy, Mark Strachan, Warren Wadley and Philip Breen. Now between Breen and Strachan, it's a bit of a competition as to the National HQ Comedian. If only that was an award here this weekend, it would certainly be tough competition, no doubt. Meanwhile, we return to the in-car of the number 2 Osprint entry of Ty Gray, who's having a good old crack around here at Morgan Park. Those top 4, nothing in that, still having a good old crack. Justin Van Twest in 5. And Tim Boyle as well, buying himself a ticket into that top 5 competition, having himself a drag race with Justin Van Twest. Not quite able to get a move done that time by though. And change of scenery, John Baxter in the 51 Osborn's transport entry has been able to get by the number 1 of Philip Ashlin. So he commands the lead now over Ashlin. Then it's Andriske, then it's Madden. Top 4 battles nice and close there. Then we've got a battle for 5 and 6 between Van Twest and Boyle and a bit of a gap further back. Everyone fighting for as much points as possible this weekend. They want the number 1 on their doors next year. Next year we head all the way down to Tasmania. So who is going to have the bragging rights come Baskerville in 2024? We've got a battle here between Deering, Coleman, Bucko, Porter. Wow, there's some cars in that. I saw Ty Gray in there as well. Gary Beggs. A little bit of a nudge on the rear right there of Beggs from Gray. Beggs out on the outside. Ty Gray looking to run up the inside. Can we get a bit of crisscross action there? Not quite. Ty Gray certainly has a crack at it though. And Lovering able to get on by. See, when you battle for a little while, you can just allow people behind you to pounce and capitalise. Take away your focus from your rear view mirror, and that's exactly what can happen. Kyle Lovering returning to the HQ fold this weekend. Here we go. Madden and Andriske is certainly heating up. Madden looking for a way round, a little flicker of the lights. Out of my way, Andriske says, I'd like to be on the podium. The battle really continuing here between Andriske and Madden. Unfortunately, what they've done though is they've allowed themselves to fall back from the lead battle between Ashlin and Baxter. Baxter commands the lead now over Ashlin, and then it's a few seconds back to Andriske and Madden. They're having their own battle, weren't able to work their way up. The checkered flag is out, and it's the 51 Osborn's transport entry of John Baxter from New South Wales taking the victory. Phil Ashlin from Tasmania in P2, Joe Andriske in 3, Jake Madden in 4th, and Justin Van Twest rounds out your top 5. Post-race, we're going to hear from returnee Jamie Furness. Returns to the HQ fold this weekend.
Jamie Furness, I understand that this car is newly brought back. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I parked it up probably, Phillip Island 2018 Nationals was the last time I drove it. And I've been racing saloon cars and doing a bit of speedway as well, just trying something different. And then seeing I live only 5 minutes away down the road, I thought a couple of months ago we'd rebirth it. So, yeah, brought it out, and it's getting better and better and better as we go on through the weekend. So, mate, I was actually pretty well, I'd sort of done me course with HQs for a while. I wanted to try something different, but after the racing this weekend, mate, it has been hard, clean racing all weekend, like hardly any scratches. It's been awesome, really good. The last Nationals here, when Bruce won it, I was on front row next to him, and the fastest time in qualifying I did to put it on pole was a 37.9, which I did yesterday with a stuck brake, and I was 13th. So it shows how quick the cars have got over those few years. So yeah, it's taken a lot of learning to, even like, you know, it's my home track and everything, it's taken a lot of getting used to because the track's changed. So, yeah.
And being a Warwick local, what's it like to have the Nationals here in your sort of backyard?
It's awesome. I still camp at the track, like I'm only 5 minutes away, but it's just camaraderie and, you know, camping with the boys, and it's good. You know, we've helped out a few blokes over the weekend, you know, with parts and this and that, and just knowing the right people to see, and yeah, sort of thing. It's worked out pretty good. Mark and Joe and Taeghan have done a really good job.
And bringing this car back off the hoist after 5 years being on it, how's the car feeling?
It's not too bad. Like we're still working on it now, trying to get it to handle a little bit better. But everything's all brand new in it, so it's sort of pretty much got to settle. Like that's what I'm putting it down to anyway. And I'm a little bit rusty as well, so I'm sort of learning as I go as well, and trying not to miss gears and get my apexes and remember how they move. And so yeah, getting there.
What's the plan going into the shootout?
Normally I'm pretty quick on cold tyres. That's normally my strong point. So see how we go, and yeah, give it everything in the shootout, and then obviously in the 20 lapper I'm just going to pace myself and just try and get home to the finish. It's going to be hard to be top 3, but like, you know, anything can happen, and you just got to be there at the end. So yeah, just be smart and try and stay out of trouble.
And I understand last time you rode at Nationals, you were also up there.
Yeah, I won a couple of heat races at the last Nationals here, and finished second on the podium that year. So, and I was actually really sick that weekend, and I haven't been real flash this weekend. So it must be something with this track and this weekend that I seem to get sick every time. So, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Be hot, really hot.
Is there anyone you want to thank?
Mate, actually, the boys had a minute of silence yesterday for Ian Mundell, which was the president of Queensland and did a lot for HQ racing over the years. He actually owned this car. He bought it for me to drive, and that's pretty much why we've got his name on the door, and just sort of remembering him and what his contribution to HQ racing was. So I've had a heap of sponsors come on board, like Zuma Signs, my major sponsor. ARC Plant Hire have come on board. A heap of guys have helped me out, and plus like the crew, Terry and Gary and Brock and that have been just, I work away, so they've been pretty much building the car the last 3 weeks for me, and I've come home and drove it. So yeah, been a lot of help behind the backgrounds to get it here.
At Harvey's Mechanical and Welding Services, we are committed to providing all-round quality treatment. Yes, we do general repairs, but our expertise does not stop there. You can check out our website for more. We are your one-stop welding and fabrication shop. From your general needs right through to your building and construction needs, Harvey's have you covered. Our attention to detail allows us to design and fabricate just about anything. Here at Harvey's, we pride ourselves on excellence in everything that we do. And just a quick reminder, if it ain't Harvey's, it ain't right. Coast Bay Auto Service Centre are here for all your automotive needs. Coast Bay Auto is an instrumental in their success, providing exceptional workmanship and customer service to all customers. Coast Bay Autos is RACQ
Heat 5 here at the 2023 Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals. We're off racing here at Morgan Park Raceway, and it's Luke Harrison in the number 20 Sydney Mini Crete Rocket. He takes off from pole. John Baxter, though, looks to take an early opportunity, slots himself straight into P1, perhaps got the better start. Then it's Scott Andriske in 3. Jamie Furness, he goes out wide, pushed down into P5. Jarrod Harber slots into P4 there. We're almost going 3 wide here. It's Furness, Madden and Simpson into turn 4. Little bit of argy-barge. This looks like the in-car of Madden. He's pressing on, chasing down Jarrod Harber in the 202 Equity Views Constructions entry. On board Jamie Furness now in the Zoomer signs. This car's had pace all weekend. And as we've said throughout, a little bit of time out of the car, and he's back in, absolutely looking to stamp his mark back in this category. Michael Howlett in the number 7 Rocket from WA drops a wheel there. He's chasing down, looks like Andriske. There's a lap gone. It's Baxter who's commanding the field. Luke Harrison, they're taking off on their own now. 2 wide is Harber and Madden. A little bit of a push maybe sends Madden on an excursion. Here's a little replay of it from onboard Furness. No, Madden went on his own. It's certainly been a troublesome location there at turn 1 all weekend. Howlett and Simpson, nice little crossover move from Howlett on the inside of Simpson there. On board the 72 entry Mad Trim Earth Moving of Chris Buckley. And correction, it was the onboard of Buckley earlier, not Madden. Both with similar bonnets, different colour. The back of the pack certainly having their own little battle there for the minor positions. Buckley with pedal to the metal, chasing down anyone that he can. Back to the front though, things are certainly heating up. Put your seatbelts on, ladies and gentlemen, and buckle up. The end of this race is going to be intense. Harber with a big excursion. Bit of a hairy re-entry there. Furness won't be happy with that. He's on the outside of Harber now. Does he put the brakes on? Looks to make a move. Crisscrosses on the 202, not quite far enough up. Let's have a look at a replay here. Oh, so it was the 202 of Jarrod Harber turned in, little bit of a knock, and off he goes into the rocks, re-enters sideways. That's got it all, folks. They're going to continue to battle the rest of the race, no doubt. Here we go. Furness on the outside now. Pedal to the metal, down into turn... Is that turn 4? No, that's not turn 4. Here he goes. And does he get it done? He does indeed. Furness slotting himself up into a nice position, into P3. Final step of the podium, but then the problem is he's got 5 cars behind him that also want to crack at it. In the back of the pack now, we've got Taeghan Madden in the 58 Madhouse Mums entry. That's her own business, going very well. Also a sponsor of the event this weekend. Thank you very much for your support, Madhouse Mums. On board Darren Parker now, all the way from New South Wales. He's the president of the club down there. He's just bought himself a ticket into the battle with Seth Matthew, Taeghan Madden. I'm not quite sure who that front car is just yet, but we'll find out in a few moments. Can Parker make a move on Madden here? Oh, he might make a move on all of them. And it's the 222 of Brendan Healy at the front. Dives in on the inside. Makes the move on Taeghan Madden, looks to make a move on Seth Matthew, not quite able to get it done this time by. This is an intense battle heating up here, folks. Got Brendan Healy, Seth Matthey, both young guys, one from Queensland, one from New South Wales. They want the best position possible. All they want to do, jump in a HQ race car, strap the seatbelts on and go for glory. That's what's happening here this weekend in that pack. Alrighty, back at P1 and 2, it's Harrison v Baxter. Harrison starting to look a bit impatient now, but down the main straight we go for the final time, and it's the checkered flag that goes out for John Baxter in the 51 Osborn's transport entry. Luke Harrison, nothing in that, has to settle for second, and Jamie Furness in the 59 Zuma Signs works his way into position 3 after a few excursions. A job well done indeed. Brandon Madden in P4 and Scott Andriske rounding out your top 5. For now, we'll hear from the young 202 Equity Views construction driver, Jarrod Harber.
Jarrod Harber into the top 10 shootout. How's the weekend been so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Been up top 5 most of these races. It was a bit disappointing in that last heat. Got 6. Car wasn't 100% right. It was pretty slippery out there, a bit of grease on the track. But yeah, made the top 10, which is what we aim to do, come up here and do, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Any setup changes in mind for the shootout?
Probably not. I'd probably just play with the tyre pressures a bit. I think that might have hurt me out there then. But yeah, just give the car a once over and hopefully it's all good.
And how's the track feeling with the heat building over the weekend?
It's taken a toll on the car. It's never this hot down in Sydney. Well, it does a little bit, but not as much as the Queensland heat. So the car's taken a bit of a beating to it, but it's staying together and it's going all right. So.
Coming into the Nationals against all these guys, what's it like with this sort of competition?
Some big names out there that have been doing it a long time. I haven't been doing it that long. I've been blessed with a good motor. But yeah, it feels good to be up there with these big guys running around with them, so I'm pretty happy.
For the final race, what's the plan?
Hopefully get a good start. If I can get a good start and jump up the front with the top runners, it's going to change in this top 10 shootout. And yeah, hopefully you just get up the front, stay there, look after the car, try not to wear the tyres out too much. Yeah, see how we go. Hopefully we can bring it home in a good position.
Is there anyone you want to thank for the weekend?
I'd like to thank Equity Views Construction Group, Mum and Dad. They're here every time and yeah, sponsor the car and me, and it's good.
And there's a memorial on this car. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so Matt was one of our good friends. He was always helping out, loved working on the cars. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year due to cancer. But he's, I'm sure he'll be up there watching over me this weekend, giving me all the luck I need. So this one's for you, Matt.
And it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat. And then we'll ride the night when everything changes. You won't reply and we'll go back to strangers.
Forgot something. Hey Ben. Oh, the 10 mil. There it is.
Big beast when it comes to the lyrics.
Heat 6, ladies and gentlemen, this is it until we get to our final of 42 HQ Holdens around the 3 kilometre circuit here at Morgan Park Raceway. Heat 6 is underway, and once again, it's Osborn and Ashlin battling it out. Good start from Ashlin there in the number 1 Howlett Automotive entry. Gets himself straight into P1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on track right now, you can see 20 HQ Holdens in our final that we're leading up to. You can double it. Wow, that is going to be insane. Buckle up. It's going to be a big final, no doubt. And all of these drivers here in Heat 6, they want the best position possible to start that race. They all want the number 1 on the door. They want the glory. They want the title. The national champion of the HQ Holdens. It's all going to be out on the line this afternoon in the final race. For now, though, it's Phil Ashlin commanding P1. Then it's Brett Osborn, Joe Andriske, Jake Madden, and Justin Van Twest. That's your top 5. Osborn looking for the draft effect on Ashlin. Looks like he's obtaining that quite successfully. Certainly inching closer to make a move. Perhaps he'll line it up for turn 4. A little bit of to and fro between Andriske and Madden there. Here we go now. Osborn lining up the move. Can he pop his nose out and get it done? Not quite. Andriske currently on the podium. Can he get up a further position into P2? That's what he's looking for. Osborn now in the lead. He's been able to take Phil Ashlin. The top 4 there out on their own in their own little pack. Brett Osborn P1, Phil Ashlin in P2, Joe Andriske in 3, and Jake Madden in 4. Can we see some moves put on here? All pretty clean into turn 1 there. Single file into turns 2 and 3. Nice job. Jake Madden now starting to look impatient at the rear of Joe Andriske. Looking for any way round. He's moving left to right, looking for an opportunity. Andriske, though, good at checking his rear view mirror. Great awareness of what's happening around him. He knows exactly what Jake is doing. Eyes forward, focus on the next step of the podium. Moving back to Schomburg, Van Twest, Timmy Boyle, who returns to the fold. That number 6 Rose City Fruits entry of Justin Van Twest is a wide vehicle. It's quick also, doesn't like sitting behind anyone, so Justin will be eagerly awaiting to get on by Brad Schomburg there. It's a bit of a drag race between himself and Timmy Boyle down the main straight. Up the inside goes Van Twest. Nice move. No rubbing there. Clean move. Gets it done. Slots himself up a further position. Timmy Boyle, though, not letting him get away with it too easily. Certainly hanging on there. Van Twest looks to hunt down Brad Schomburg now. Glenn Deering in the number 5 I Got It entry, also purchasing himself a ticket into this battle. From New South Wales, Glenn Deering having experienced Morgan Park earlier this year to have a little practice run before Nationals. This will be a good little battle here. Justin Van Twest, he's got by Boyle. Now he's chasing down Schomburg. Can Glenn Deering interrupt the Queenslander battle here? That's certainly what he'd be aiming to do, no doubt. Back in the pack there, we've got Bruce French, Ashton Parker, Kyle Lovering, Wayne Healy, Grant Ord, Troy Kent, Troy Stark, Derek Risley, Brian Pangler, Wayne Nichols, Warren Wadley and Mark Strachan are all out there having a crack as well. We've got 4 states in this heat. We've got Queensland, New South Wales, Tasmania and Western Australia. All the prides on the line this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach our 20-lap final later on this afternoon. Osborn's out in front now, doing his own thing. Ashlin looking for any sort of mistake that he can demand an opportunity to get on by. Doesn't look likely that that's going to happen though. Brett Osborn and John Baxter in both of the Osborn's transport entries have just been dominant all weekend. And in fact, it is Osborn who's going to take the checkered flag in first position. Phil Ashlin in P2 and Joe Andriske rounding out the podium. Jake Madden falling further behind that battle to finish P4, and Justin Van Twest rounding out your top 5. What a race here at the Harvey's Towing 2023 HQ Nationals here at Morgan Park Raceway. Speaking of Harvey's Towing, here's an interview with Joe Andriske.
Joe Andriske into the shootout. What do you reckon this car's 1 lap pace is?
1 lap pace. That's a tough one, mate. We changed a lot of stuff on the car yesterday afternoon, which got me a lot quicker, half a second quicker. And I'm hoping to be about 5, 6, 7. We don't know exactly where the top 10 shootout is yet, where we all start. But I'm hoping to be, definitely. I'll definitely be in it, just where I don't know. 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. The car itself for that 1 lap, it kind of comes on later in the race, not straight away. So hopefully I can stay around about where I start. So it would be awesome, absolutely awesome. I said yesterday afternoon the car was just understeering. It was been an absolute pig, and then I got me mechanic onto it, and he sorted a few things out for us and adjusted a few things. The front end, adjusted the back end, and it's driving a lot better now, a lot better. So it's that's it. I've picked up half a second, so which is probably that's my best time of the day, or for the whole weekend. So yeah, so it'll be there.
And there's a shiny bit of merchandise sitting on top of your car. Can you tell us a bit about that?
That shiny bit of merchandise, mate, is for the year. I actually won the HQRAQ for Queensland, which is great. So I won the championship there. And we got a couple of different categories. That's QRDA, that one. And that's more for racing here at Morgan Park. So I've won that championship, which is great. And Cam's championship and the club championship. So I won all those, so which is great. The car's going really, really good. So it's just trying to chase down these Southerners, mate. They're damn quick, mate. So they're very clinical in what they do, these guys, and good on them, mate. We're going to learn off them, learn more. We're racing. We're doing Bathurst next year, so in Easter. So that'll be good. So all them boys will be there, and we'll be there to support them all as well. And that's what the whole category is about, mate. Just supporting each other. So it's pretty cool. Plan going in the feature race is probably a bit, I think everyone's going to be doing it, mate, is try and go out slow and come back fast. So, finish it off nice and fast, but 20 laps for one of these old girls, it's a big ask. It's probably the biggest thing is trying to get to the end. Last time was 2014, we raced here. We had, I think it was 50 cars in that race, and I think we had about 14 parked on the side of the track somewhere. Just blown head gas. It's hot. It's really, really hot here, and especially some of the Southerners, they're not used to this heat, and we're hopefully it's our benefit. So which is good. So, but no, they're not silly. They know what to do. So, but it'd be good racing. Really, really good racing. Just got to get them to the end.
At Harvey's Mechanical and Welding Services, we are committed to providing all-round quality treatment. Yes, we do general repairs, but our expertise does not stop there. You can check out our website for more. We are your one-stop welding and fabrication shop. From your general needs right through to your building and construction needs, Harvey's have you covered. Our attention to detail allows us to design and fabricate just about anything. Here at Harvey's, we pride ourselves on excellence in everything that we do. And just a quick reminder, if it ain't Harvey's, it ain't right. Coast Bay Auto Service Centre are here for all your automotive needs. Coast Bay Auto is an instrumental in its success, providing exceptional workmanship and customer service to all customers. Coast Bay Autos is RACQ approved and preferred.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the highly anticipated Top 10 Shootout for the 2023 Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals. And straight out the gates is Jamie Furness in the 59 Zuma Signs entry from Warwick in Queensland. This weekend driving in tribute to the late Ian Mundell, who played a big part in Queensland's history for HQ Racing. No doubt Ian Mundell will be missed dearly. Jamie gets his lap underway. It's down at turn 4 with a small lock-up, but regathers it nicely. Through 5 and 6. Being the first one out for the Top 10 Shootout may have its benefits, may have some cons as well. We're going to have to wait and see where the time puts us and what these things can do out on track in the November sun when they're on their own. There's no draft. It's just the HQ machinery and the driver behind the steering wheel. As Furness looks to complete his lap here through the flip-flop section of the racetrack. That poor cone on turn 12 is popular this weekend with the HQs. It's taking an absolute beating. Jamie Furness completes his lap and it's a 1:38.55. Out the gates next is young gun Jarrod Harber in the 202 Equity Views Constructions entry from New South Wales. Oh, little bit of instability around turn 2. Gathers it nicely though. Gets himself out. Using up all the track. Jarrod Harber into turn 4. Nice entry, nice exit. So far, so good. Doing a really, really nice job here. And doesn't that car just look fantastic? Captured beautifully by our Blendline TV cameras here this weekend. A big thanks to them for all of their coverage. Into the downhill section of the racetrack now. Out of turn 10, very nice job. Very speedy through there, Jarrod Harber. It's a popular excursion destination for the HQs on turn 10 there. Not this time for Jarrod Harber. He's got a top 10 shootout lap to finish. Gets through 11 and 12 nicely. Takes the checkered flag. What's Jarrod Harber got for us? It's a 1:38.45. Wowee, that's close. A 1:38.45 for Harber, a 1:38.55 for Furness. The times are tight so far. Here's Brandon Madden in the 57 Pettis suspension entry from Jimboomba in Queensland. He's raced this track many times. Brandon Madden knows how to steer a HQ around this place. Entry into turn 4, nice. Nice exit, using up all the road. Into the downhill section of the racetrack. Nice exit there, using up all the track. Doesn't drop a wheel. Keeps all wheels on the black stuff. That's what we like to see. Into the downhill section now. Navigates turn 10, gets out of there nicely. Now he's got the flip-flops. It's turn 11. Turn 12, that poor cone, copping another beating. It's not going to slow Brandon down though as he comes down the main straight to complete his shootout lap. Takes the checkered flag. What's he got for us? A 1:38.11. We're getting quicker out here, folks. A 1:38.11 for Brandon Madden. Now it's his brother's turn. From Jimboomba in Queensland, piloting the number 45 Mad Trim Earth Moving entry, it's Jake Madden. And he'll be looking to absolutely send this thing around the 3 kilometre national circuit here at Morgan Park Raceway. I have to say, it's not the tidiest commencement of his lap. Runs wide on the exit at 4. He's absolutely sending this thing around here. A little bit of a win it or bin it approach by the looks here in Jake Madden's top 10 shootout lap. No doubt providing entertainment for us all though. That's what it's all about. Oh, listen to that thing. Just absolutely wringing its neck to get everything he can out of that 45 entry, maximising every little bit of racetrack that he can to get a good time. Out of turn 10 nicely, into the flip-flops. Onto the main straight now to take the checkered flag. What's Jake Madden got for us? Yeah, the start of that lap certainly cost him just slightly. It's a 1:38.15. Not far off Brandon's time, which was a 1:38.11. A 1:38.15 for Jake Madden. Now it's Scott Andriske, the number 4 medal exchange entry from Jimboomba in Queensland. He's absolutely sent it into turn 1, sent it too hard. Oh no. Deep into turn 1, he's dropped a wheel and it sent him packing. That is tragic to watch. Scott Andriske was absolutely looking forward to the top 10 shootout. And he's gone in a little bit too hard into turn 1. That's pretty much terminated his lap. He's going to go around anyway, just to get a lap time down, but no doubt that's going to put him into position number 10. Still, out of 42 HQs that will commence the 20-lap final, 10th position isn't the worst spot to start out of. So, did a nice job to get in there into the shootout in the first place, so he can still hold his head high, but he'll be absolutely filthy with himself that he's done that. And if I was Blendline TV, I probably wouldn't be going in to see Scott Andriske just yet. He'll be pretty upset with himself. And yeah, as expected, he's gone through the flag, but it's a 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And that's not what Scott Andriske would have wanted. Here we go now. The Godfather, Joe Andriske, in the 69 Harvey's towing entry. He's just secured himself the Queensland State Championship. Now he's looking to have a crack at the National Championship and get his number 1 on the door nationally. The shootout is absolutely an opportunity to try and make that happen and get yourself pole position for the 20-lap final. He's exiting turn 4 now. So far, so good for Andriske. Really focused on keeping a tidy lap is Joe Andriske, and so far he's doing a remarkable job of that. Using the entire track to his advantage. You can hear that he's absolutely ringing the thing. Out of turn 10 nicely, into 11, into 12. Looking at the micro sectors here, I think Joe Andriske is going to be on for a really good number here. He comes down the main straight, takes the checkered flag. What's he got for us? A 1:37.73. So he's the first into the 1:37s. Hopefully that lap will pay dividends for him, but there's a few blokes that are coming out now that will want to upset him, no doubt. And one of those blokes is Phil Ashlin in the number 1 Howlett Automotive entry from Tasmania. He's the 2022 national champion. He gets his lap underway through turns 1, 2 and 3 nicely. Approaches turn 4 now. Oh, couldn't quite get the thing hooked up there for turn 4. A mild error there. Recovers it nicely though and gets on his way. Was certainly noticeable He'll be spewing with himself a little bit there that's happened. He'll know that that's cost him a little bit of time. See how we go through here. Beautiful job for Ashlin there on the exit of turn 10. And as I said earlier, it's a common excursion destination for the HQs, but so far everyone's working their way nicely through that section of the racetrack. Down the main straight now to finish his lap. Phil Ashlin takes the checkered flag, and it's a 1:37.84. So, as expected, that little error at turn 4 has cost him in the slightest, but that does drop him below Joe Andriske, so well done. Now it's John Baxter's turn. He's in the 51, Osborn's transport entry. A little bit of a lock up into 1 in the right rear there, but all good nonetheless. Makes his way down to turn 4. Oh, he's hooking it into there, gets in and out. Nice job, no dramas, press on. This thing's been quick all weekend. John Baxter from New South Wales, out to prove a point. Not a great deal of lift from the throttle through there. Into turn 10, gets through there nicely. Slightly wide on the exit, but nothing to be concerned about. Through the flip-flops and down the main straight he goes. He'll take the checkered flag. What time can he put down for us? Oh, it's a 1:37.94. So whilst it was a relatively clean lap, just didn't quite have the pace of Ashlin and Andriske. This is a guy that's been on the pace all weekend though. It's the number 20 Sydney Mini Crete rocket of young Luke Harrison from Sydney, New South Wales. Luke's come to Queensland a couple of times this year and certainly stamped his foot and showed the Queenslanders what's up. Alongside Sean Boland, he won the 1 hour at Queensland Raceway earlier in the year, and no doubt looks to take out his first Nationals title. So far this thing's flying, and it's absolutely clean. Slightly missed the apex there at turn 8. Goes wide on the exit of 9 as he makes his way down to 10 now. Drops the wheel slightly. Will that cost him? Gets through 10 nicely. Here's the flip-flops. Very precarious, this section of the racetrack. It's the right hand and then the sharp left hand. Often will send you wide and all sorts of mistakes happen there, but Harrison gets through there cleanly, makes his way down to the checkered flag. What's he got for us? It's a 1:37.64. A 1:37.64. That puts him on top so far in the shootout. Well done, Luke Harrison. That was a solid lap. And finally, it's Brett Osborn. In pole position, comes out in the shootout last and gets to say his piece indeed. Can he secure pole position for the 20-lap final here? It's Brett Osborn from Boys from the Bush Racing, coming up to Queensland from New South Wales, piloting the 86 Osborn's transport entry. Nice and clean so far for Brett Osborn. Making his way downhill now. Got through turn 10 very quickly, actually. Did a nice job of that. Through 11 and 12, like a breeze. That car is sitting stable as. No dramas there. Coming down the main straight, takes the checkered flag. What's Brett Osborn got? He's got a 1:37.6 flat. That puts him in pole position for the 20-lap final later this afternoon. So it's Brett Osborn, Luke Harrison, Joe Andriske, Phil Ashlin and John Baxter. That's your top 5. Then it's Brandon Madden, Jake Madden, Jarrod Harber, Jamie Furness and Scott Andriske. And for more, the Blendline TV boys are going to show a bit of bravery and catch an interview with Scott Andriske, followed by our pole position winner, Brett Osborn.
So that session didn't go as planned. We did some things in the car. We had some carb issues before it. We spent the whole session between the two races, or between the top 10 and the race, having issues, changing carbies. We finally got it going, shot out. Stood there and waited, went out. It was really good heat up, like warm-up lap. The car felt good. I was very confident in the car. The track had grip. And coming onto the main straight, it was good. I got a good run on. I lined up the last corner. Coming down to that first corner, I hit the brakes. Spot on, but unfortunately when I grabbed the gear, it stepped sideways on the dirt and I chucked the whole lap in the bin. Bit of tough luck. Back to P10 now, but you know, we've still got 20 laps of racing. This is Queensland, it is hot, and we just never know because HQ racing is unpredictable, so fingers crossed we can get it across the line.
Brett Osborn, pole position for HQ Nationals 2023 here at Morgan Park. How'd the car feel around the track?
So yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit slippery at the start, had a bit of trouble, but yeah, it's sort of come on good towards the end of the session, and yeah, felt reasonable. I haven't done a lot of laps up here. We were up here in September for a state round and we had a good weekend that weekend. So it was good to obviously have a good weekend then and come up and have a reasonable weekend so far and yeah, see how the rest of the weekend pans out.
And you've qualified ahead of some of these Queensland guys. Obviously they're pretty quick. What do you rate your chances against them?
Oh, look, I like to think we're as good a chance as anyone of winning. Like I said, there's some real quick cars. There's a couple of extra New South Wales cars that are quick. As you said, a few Queenslanders, so it's going to be a challenge, but yeah, we're up for it.
What's the plan for the rest of the weekend?
Look, we got 3 heats, top 10 shootout, and then the final. So obviously just solid results in the heats, try and make that top 10. Ideally qualify towards the front of the top 10, and then yeah, 20-lap final is the ultimate goal. So yeah, try and have a fast race car for that.
Any tweaks that you want to make to the car before the first race, or is it all good?
No, we'll probably leave it for this first heat and just see how it responds. And potentially look at making changes after that for the second heat this afternoon.
Is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, so Osborn's Transport, Boys from the Bush, MIA Engines, CR International, Weather Doctor. Yeah, those guys give me a super fast car every round, so I've got to thank them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've been building up to. The 20-lap final here at Morgan Park Raceway. 42 HQ Holdens on the racetrack, and we've got the green flag. It's Brett Osborn who starts from pole. Gets a nice jump, but so does Luke Harrison right by his side. Phil Ashlin looking to make an early opportunity to get himself up into the lead position. He currently has the number 1 on the doors. Can he hang on to them? That has been the question mark all weekend. So far, so good. Nice and clean into turn 1. Have a look at that. 42 HQ Holdens here at Morgan Park Raceway. We just love to see it. This is the 20-lap final. This race at the end of the 20 laps determines the number 1 on the door of your car next year. It determines who the national champion is. Moments ago, a big lock-up from Jamie Furness there in the 59 entry. Oh, no. It looks like we've had a bit of a collision between Lovering and Risley. Risley trekking along on the outside. Lovering gets himself back on track. On board now with Ty Gray. Little bit of sideways action there. Here's the replay from Wayne Healy. And it was with a bit of assistance from Hollywood. He's not happy about it. Hands up, go in the air. Not sure whether Ty turned in there or it was a bit of both drivers' faults. Either way, Wayne Healy in the 111 HQ Extra entry was certainly not having it. Brett Osborn is leading the pack with 41 HQs behind him. And in the Queensland heat, 20 laps is hard yakka around this place. But it's the Nationals. You've got to get it done. It just is what it is. On board now with Phil Ashlin in the number 1 Howlett Automotive entry. He's chasing down Luke Harrison. Little bit of a bump there and put himself out of it. Wayne Healy with dramas here now at the exit of turn 2 into 3. Something's let go in that car. Oh no, this is tragic. Wayne Healy in the 111 entry. Onto the tow truck he goes. Oh no, you hate to see that. All the way from New South Wales. He's a couple of laps in and something's gone on with the car there and he's come to a complete halt on the Harvey's towing tow truck. Back to the pits he goes. We'll get a little bit more information for you there and try and find out what's happened. Not good news for Wayne Healy though. Argy barge with Ty Gray moments ago and now he's on a tow truck. Certainly not his afternoon here at Morgan Park Raceway. There's no deciding the positions in the top 20 or so cars. They're all absolutely in a straight line with each other. No gaps created just yet. On board Ty Gray looking to have a crack here at Darren Parker. Pete Coleman in the 77 HQ Extra. Bucko chasing him down. Then it's Beggs. Then it's Bruce French. The son of Wayne Healy, Brendan Healy in the 222 HQ Extra entry. The hands-on first aid car absolutely having a crack here this weekend. It's really, really good to see. I did speak to him earlier and he said he was having an absolute ball here at Morgan Park, which is what it's all about. Especially our Nationals event. Oh, quite the shortcut there for Andriske. Has to cut the corner short and takes the flip-flops a bit wide and off he goes. Plenty of action here at Morgan Park Raceway so far in the Harvey's Towing HQ National race and around goes Baxter. John Baxter, he's been dominant all weekend and around he goes at turn 2. Oh no. Baxter forced to the rear of the field. That car is pacey though. Can he get his way back through? We're going to have to wait and see, but gee, for the rest of today, he's certainly got his work cut out for him. Here we go now, Brandon Madden up the inside of Phil Ashlin. Is he far enough up to get it done? No, he's not. Has to sit behind. These two have been going at it all weekend. Changing positions all weekend. Bit of to and fro. All friendly fire though. Ashlin looking to hunt down Harrison and Osborn in front of him. Also very cautious of the 57 Pettis suspension entry right behind him. And a huge thanks to the sponsors for this weekend's Nationals. It's Harvey's Towing, Metal Exchange, Rose City Fruits, Mr. Skid Towing, Harvey's Mechanical and Welding, Madhouse Mums, Pettis Suspension, Osborn, and many others which we will call throughout the broadcast. As you can see on screen there, we're looking on the onboard camera of Phil Ashlin, the 2022 HQ champion. Here in Queensland this year, in Phil's home state next year, 2024 Nationals held in Tasmania. No doubt there'll be a bit of a home track advantage there for him. But in the meantime, it's Brandon Madden, the Queenslander, who has the home track advantage here at Morgan Park, who's looking to take his position away. These two absolutely going for it. Can Brandon make a move stick soon? He needs to be decisive. He needs to make something happen very quickly. Otherwise, he's going to tie the guys behind him into this as well and possibly jeopardise his positions there. He's fighting for the podium, though. It's critical that he makes a decisive move very, very soon to get around Phil Ashlin, because Osborn and Harrison are just absolutely skipping away at the front there. No easy victory for Osborn, though. He's got Harrison right on his tail and no doubt will all race. 20 laps is the distance. It's nearly 60 kilometres of racing at turn 1 as Brandon Madden finally able to make a move up the inside of Phil Ashlin. Ashlin looks for a crisscross, not able to get it done. Brandon Madden closes the door. You can't have that. So it's Brandon moves himself up into position number 3. Can he hang on to it? This is an interesting battle. Justin Van Twest, Tim Boyle, Scott Andriske, Brad Schomburg, all very experienced HQ race car drivers. Brendan Healy now up the outside of, I believe that's Ty Gray. Flick to Ty Gray, who's chasing down French, Parker and Faulknell. Bruce French, also a Queenslander, having to sit most of this season out due to engine dramas in his car. Attended race 1, wasn't able to complete the round and hasn't been back. He's been working away on his car, getting it prepared for Nationals. Hopefully French is back in 2024 full-time in the Queensland season. The number 2 Osborn entry of Ty Gray here, looking to make something happen over French. Brendan Healy right behind. Here we go. Put your seatbelt on, tighten those belts, Healy. On the outside of Gray, not quite far enough up. Gray looks to make a move on the inside of French. French goes wide. Ty Gray successfully gets that move done. Took quite a while, but it's there. French not letting him get away with it though, bit of side-by-side action. And here we go again. Runs a little wide, goes Brandon Madden. Phil Ashlin looking to capitalise, claim the final step of the podium back. Is he able to do it? Looks like he has. Madden on the outside there. Yes, he's able to get it done. Ashlin says, thank you very much. Meanwhile, Joe Andriske in the 69 Harvey's towing entry purchases himself a ticket into this battle. And now we're 3 deep. Very, very tight there between those 3 guys. Very good race car drivers. Very experienced. They know exactly what they're doing, and that's what makes it such an interesting battle. Oh, sideways. That's John Baxter catching up to Taeghan Madden in the Madhouse Mums entry. Off goes Kirk Porter. Little bit of grass on those Ocean tyres, won't hurt anybody. Pun intended, and a bit of a sponsor plug there while I'm at it. John Baxter doing really well to work his way back through the field now. Up the inside of Troy Stark. From the rear of the field now, Baxter's worked himself through many positions. He's certainly got the pace. The work's cut out for him, but he's charging his way through. Here we go. Jamie Furness, Justin Van Twest and Scott Andriske, all Queenslanders, all hardcore HQ race car drivers. Justin Van Twest commanding that battle for the time being. He's in the number 6 Rose City Fruits entry and also a sponsor of this event. Thank you very much, Justin and family, for your support this weekend. How good is the presentation of these cars this weekend? Just all of them just look so good, and the drivers and teams have done an amazing job to get them prepared for such a big weekend here at Morgan Park Raceway. Looks like Buckley waving Taeghan Madden through there. Must be dramas here in the 72 Mad Trim Earth Moving HQ extra entry of Chris Buckley. He's waved on by Madden and Stark. "20 laps is a big day for the big guy though. Bucko doing 20 laps is pretty hard yakka, but he loves this stuff. Loves driving the HQs. Doesn't want to hold anyone up, off you hop. Taeghan Madden doing an amazing job this weekend amongst being the primary organiser of this event. She's just spent the last 6 or 8 months, even longer, planning this event, making sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. So she will jump in the car and compete in her heats and the final here and jump out and go straight to making sure everything's going to plan. So a big thank you to Taeghan and Madhouse Mums for your support this weekend. And that car looks fantastic. Troy Stark in the number 8 Jack's Tyres entry, returning to the HQ fold after a period of time not driving. Starting to see some lapped cars now. Brett Osborn and Luke Harrison absolutely flying out there. The 24 of Todd Faulknell going a lap down. Osborn starting to create a good little gap over Harrison now. Wowee, if Osborn can go from lights to flag in the lead, that will be impressive. There's a good crowd around here at Morgan Park Raceway as well. It's fantastic to see you all here. All the families and friends supporting their drivers have travelled interstate to come and support this event, and we thank you very, very much. Back to the on-track action though. Brett Osborn in that 86 Osborn's Transport entry is just absolutely hooked up this weekend. He's dominated majority of the heats. Qualified first in the top 10 shootout. I think there was only one heat where Luke Harrison got him and he finished P2. But he's not letting that happen again in the 20-lap final here at the Harvey's Towing HQ Nationals at Morgan Park Raceway in Queensland. Doesn't that car look good as well? Osborn and Harrison have created themselves a significant gap. They're just going to run their own race until the checkered flag, and there it is. Brett Osborn is your 2023 HQ Nationals champion. He has the number 1 on his door next year. What a dominant race. What a dominant weekend. From lights to flag, Brett Osborn absolutely had control of this race. Takes the victory. Gives a thumbs up and shuckers to Luke Harrison for keeping him honest throughout the entire race. Phil Ashlin takes out the final step of the podium in P3. Joe Andriske in 4. Brandon Madden in P5. Jake Madden, Justin Van Twest, Ben Simpson, Peter Coleman and Scott Andriske rounding out your top 10. 10 cars not completing this race, unfortunately, have gone into the pits. And a few penalties handed out as well. We had a 10-second penalty handed out to car 8 of Troy Stark, a 5-second penalty for car 42, Seth Matthey, a 5-second penalty for car 89, that's Tim Boyle, and a 30-second penalty to 202 of Jarrod Harber. And that was an impressive HQ Nationals final, and it's Brett Osborn in the 86 Osborn's Transport entry who has earned himself the number 1 after an emphatic performance all weekend.
I'm here with the 2022 champion that won up in Northern Territory 12 months ago. You've had the number 1 taken off your door, but you have finished third outright. Yeah. Mate, you've had an up and down weekend. overall, how was you and the team coming from Tassie? How was your trip up here, and explain to everyone what's going on?
Yeah, we had a really good trip up here. The car probably wasn't quite where we wanted it to be today. Yesterday it seemed like it was going really well, but today it wasn't quite where we wanted it. We worked pretty hard to get it better, but it just wasn't quite right. We were close, but we wasn't quite on the money to be in the front two. But nonetheless, we had a good battle. We got third. We had a really good race with Brandon Madden for nearly half the race. It was Dyson and swapping positions, third and fourth a number of times. So at the end, we had a really good race. Just unfortunate I wasn't a bit further up in the front. But yes, still an amazing event. Had a great time, and the weather's been really hot. So the top 10 shootout. That's probably the nervous I've ever been actually. Waiting to go out for the shootout. I don't normally get too nervous. But first time I've done a shootout, first time I was that nervous. I went out 7th, so I was 4th fastest. And I ended up in the same position. So I didn't lose any, I didn't gain any. So I was happy with where I ended up.
All right, so you've sort of gone to the top end of Australia, Northern Territory last year, we've got Queensland this year. All of a sudden we've got to come back in your backyard next year in 2024 for the HQ Nationals.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be back in my hometown, and hopefully I can get that number 1 back.
All right, okay.
And I hope Brett comes down to defend it.
Okay. It's basketball where we're going to be at?
Yeah, we'll do basketball, and I suppose now this is over and done with, we might as well announce it. We're going to do a back-to-back. We'll have the Nationals of basketball, and there'll be a following week there'll be another race meeting at Simmons Plains.
Osborn, he's a legend, isn't he?
No, he's great. He's definitely the benchmark.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I know we can be there as well. I know we are there. It's just a few little things just to improve on, and I know we can do it. So.
Yeah, and also in second place we had Luke Harrison. He drove a blinder all weekend. He had a few seconds.
Harrison was quick, all weekend, definitely. I didn't actually get to race him through all my heats. It was only until the final, and I still didn't really get to race him because he was too far in front of me.
We're up here at Morgan Park, and I've got the guy who's finished second, Luke Harrison. How was your weekend, and what would you say about this racetrack?
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. We got 2 seconds in the heats. The racetrack's friggin' awesome, I think. It's real tight, close racing. All the lap times real close. And yeah, it's a good weekend.
They had a top 10 shootout. Did you enjoy that? And did you make a mistake, or did you feel it was a pretty good lap?
Yeah, no, top 10 shootout, loved them. It was my second one ever to do, so still learning them. But yeah, we ended up second outright. I put a wheel in the dirt out the back there, coming on the back straight. I think that cost me a little bit, but no, I'm still happy with the result. We
started with a 20 lapper for the final. I reckon you got a pretty good start, and I reckon you should have been in front. But you let Brett through, or did Brett cut you off at turn 1 on the first lap?
Nah, yeah, I got the jump on Brett a little bit, and he still had his nose there. He still had the racing line, so I had to let him take that, and I just tucked in behind him and tried to put a few moves on him throughout the race, but it was too quick. Just too consistent, so we just played the game, and hopefully he was going to make a mistake somewhere, but he never normally does that, so we just come home for the second.
Yeah, well, talking about mistakes, I think you and Brett made absolutely no mistakes. Was there a chance or an opportunity to change?
Nah, there wasn't really. We got held up by lappers out the back there. They were freaking Dyson for 40th position, thinking they were winning or something, so that held us up a little bit, me and Brett, and then he gapped me a little bit out of that, and then ran out of laps, but I don't think I would have got him anyway, so we're happy with second this weekend, and we'll go again next year.
I understand that this isn't your car, this is your mate's car, so you drove it like you stole it all weekend. There must be a few thank yous you got to say to a few people, and I also understand you just got engaged, so for the TV audience, mate, you've got to say something.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sean Boland for lending me his car. It's a rocket ship. James from MIA Engines, building the engine. Sydney Minicrete, Kerbo Asphalting, Equity Views Construction, Sainty, Asset Plumbing, and everyone else. It was good weekend.
The Nationals have been won and run, and Brett Osborn, congratulations, mate, for 2023 to be the champion here at Morgan Park. What was it like, and what were your thoughts coming to this event?
Very challenging weekend. It was quite hot all weekend, so it was hard on the cars, hard on the drivers. Thoughts coming up here was, obviously we came up a couple of months ago, did a test weekend, one of the state rounds, had a strong weekend then, so we knew we had a reasonable car. We had to make some small tweaks too to make it a little bit nicer. So yeah, just thought we're going to come up with a real challenge against some of the locals and a couple of interstate guys as well, which is exactly what we got.
Yeah, well, when you have a look at the sheets and everything else like that, we had a top 10 shootout, something a bit different. How was your top 10 lap? Was it perfect? Did you do something wrong, or was there a bit left?
There was a little bit left. I was probably a bit conservative through, I think Sector 2 would call it. Sector 1 and 3 weren't too bad, I don't think, but yeah, I probably held back a little bit in Sector 2 just to make sure we had a solid lap, but thankfully it was enough for pole.
All right, the race started, and I thought Luke Harrison had a better start than you. What happened in turn 1? What did you do to pop out at turn 2 in front?
So he probably got a slightly better launch or quicker launch than me. And as we got into 1, we were virtually side by side. And he decided he tucked in behind me going into 2 and out of 2. So then, like you said, as we come out of 2, through 3 down to 4, yeah, I was leading Luke.
Were you comfortable with the car? And how was the car on lap 18, 19 and 20?
Yeah, car was good. Car was strong from lap 1 all the way through to lap 20, so I can't fault the way it drove. Luke definitely was all over me. I couldn't shake him. The only time we really got a little bit of a gap was some lap traffic towards the end. Other than that, he was just on me the whole way. I don't know how much he had left or if he got in front if he had more, but yeah, my car was that we were pretty much maxed out at that. But it was still good at lap 20.
Is there someone out there that you want to thank, and congratulations for the weekend?
Yeah, thanks for that. Obviously, like you said, Raymond, probably number 1 supporter, comes to all the race meets, cheers me on, panics, nervous, from what I've told anyway. But he's at all the race meets, so definitely got to thank him. Thank my family, Kel, Charlotte and Harvey, for coming up this weekend. It was great. And yeah, as you mentioned, MIA, James, he builds me an absolute rocket engine for every round, so I need to thank him a lot, him and Brett there at MIA. SC Racing, boys from the bush, CR International, yeah, and Matty Barker gives me a lot of help in the background, so I really need to thank all those guys because it is a combined effort. Without them, yeah, I don't have that fast car.
But Brett Osborn, you are the man for this weekend.
Excellent. Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thanks very much.